I am here today with Interim Dean Susan Rowan as the first female dean at UIC College of Dentistry. This is a remarkable accomplishment to be the first female in a top leadership role at the college. Thank you, Dean Rowan, for taking the time to be here with us today to speak and share with us your wisdom. So, Dean Rowan,
Yes.
if you remember, you were my instructor and mentor when I was a student at the college. And upon returning as faculty, I recall that I found myself proudly sharing with all the colleagues, my particular colleagues and my students, that you were my managing partner, particularly because I found that your exceptional leadership afforded me an amazing clinical experience. And I can add to that you have influenced many individuals in the college over the past years positively. So please, can you share with us a little bit about your journey in the dental profession and academia?
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Dr. Dia, for your interest in my pathway to my current position here as interim dean. I experienced dentistry early on in my life. My father was a dentist, and I had the opportunity to work with him in his practice. So through high school, on Saturdays, I was his dental assistant and receptionist. I cleaned the office at night sometimes just to earn some money as I was in high school. And when I was ready to graduate and I was thinking of careers, I really liked dentistry. So I applied to dental hygiene school, a local dental hygiene school. And it was a little interesting because I had an older brother, a couple years older than I had. And he applied and was accepted to dental school. But at the time, retrospectively, there was no real consideration in my mind or my parents' mind or the high school counselor's mind for me to apply to dental school, because at the time, women in dentistry were pretty much the dental assistants, hygienists, receptionists, and they're all wonderful careers.
Yeah.
But there was no consideration for that, and that was fine. I went to dental hygiene school. I loved it, and I started working as a hygienist. And as I did so, I started thinking that I might want to strive for a little bit more. And my then boyfriend and my now husband was applying to medical school, and he strongly encouraged me to consider applying to dental school. And with the support then of my parents as well, I did apply to dental school and was thrilled to be accepted to the University of Illinois Dental School. And so I proceeded in the program. And in my fourth year, I was fortunate to be invited by a faculty member to apply to consider teaching. And I was thrilled at the opportunity. So I really combined my love of seeing patients and treating patients with what I found to be a real love for teaching. And my inspiration in a lot of ways are my parents, because my father was a dentist, of course, as I mentioned, and my mother was a teacher by trade. So at the end of the day, now where I am at this point in my career, I can say they're probably very happy that I was able to fulfill both, and I followed both of their modeling in wonderful careers. There couldn't be better careers in my mind.
When you reflect back on your extensive career, all the way from hygiene to dental school to private practice, and then here in the academia, how has the profession changed for women over the years?
I think it has changed a tremendous amount. As I said, the mindset back in the time when I was in high school and earlier was not that women would be engaged in practicing dentistry, but being supportive of the dentist in practice. And so as time has progressed, fortunately, it's a new era, and women are gaining more and more opportunity to join professions as the years went by. So it has changed tremendously in that regard. We know by numbers alone that there are far more female dental students applying to dental school and graduating than there were before. In my class, there were 18 women who graduated out of a class of about 150. So we were definitely in the minority then, but now it's changed, and now it's almost, not only is it the even point, it's even the tipping point where women are being more engaged in becoming dentists.
Yeah, I mean, teaching here at the college, I'm feeling like there's more women
Yes,
students as
absolutely.
opposed to male. Going through your career, what are the challenges that you have faced as a female professional, and how did you overcome them, and how do you continue to overcome them?
Well, I think early on, even as a dental student,
Mhm.
being a small number in a larger group of men, and also feeling the sense that people were looking at me like I had taken a spot
Mhm.
from their sons or brothers or husbands, which was a common theme at the time. I felt a little bit of extra pressure to kind of represent women as being strong and willing to do the work, have the grit and the dedication to be able to stand up and do what needed to be done. And so by doing that, I felt very confident. It grew in confidence, and I think that's what is happening to women as we're proceeding into different professions, and particularly in dentistry. We're gaining the confidence that we are able to be very successful in a field like this.
With that in mind, I was reading a recent article in the Journal of Dental Education, and the investigators have found that for every female dean, there's 5 male deans in the U.S. dental schools. So that's quite an underrepresentation of women in the highest leadership positions at these universities. With regard to the statistics, what are your thoughts?
I have seen that data as well.
Mm-hmm.
And frankly, knowing the change in demographics in terms of women getting into the dental field,
Yeah.
I'm really optimistic. I feel that the reason why so many dental deans now are male is because they graduated in an era, as I did, when there were very few women who could be candidates to even become deans. So as the number of women increases and we move through year after year and decade after decade, we're going to have a lot more women who are progressing into leadership positions. And faculty positions have changed dramatically over time. And so we're seeing a lot more women going into faculty positions and starting to develop into stronger leadership roles. So I'm optimistic, I will say, even based on that data.
Yeah, I am optimistic as well. A lot of female colleagues here in the college, so that's indicative of exactly what you're saying. Now, as a female professional, an educator, and a leader, what pearls of wisdom do you impart upon future generations who may consider following in your footsteps?
Great question. So, pearls of wisdom. I would say that people, women particularly, should be willing to take a chance and take risks. Try new things. Look to see what brings you joy in life. Be happy with what you're doing and do what makes you happy. And if you are in an environment where, such as the College of Dentistry, where our missions and our vision is associated with providing excellence in student education, excellence in patient care, excellence in research, think about new ways to improve how we do these things, because that will fulfill your life. At the end of the day, you will look back and say, wow, I really made a difference. So think more about supporting what the students could use, the patients could use, how research efforts can make a huge difference for large populations, and make that your goal, and you will be successful.
Rowan, that was extremely inspiring and empowering to honestly for a young female like myself, one day aspiring to be in your position. I'd like to thank you for your time and for your pearls of wisdom, and we are fortunate here at the college to have a leader like you. Thank you so much.